viewers of this channel and some subscribers of this channel. Now, if you find this information interesting and beneficial to or you're moved by this conversation, you can share it and maybe even subscribe if you like. I'm here with my brother. I would say double brother because you're my brother in Jesus, in Yeshua, and blood related brother.
That's right.
You are last, not least, last one in the film.
Last, but just as Jesus said, the last shall be first, right?
Oh, just kidding. I'm fourth. I don't get those benefits. Okay. My brother lives in
Washington State.
And I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm visiting, and we're here chatting late at night.
That's right.
That's what we love to do.
Yeah. Best
okay.
time to have fellowship.
That's right. That's right. On his bed. Your bed looks awesome. Okay. So I wanted to ask you, what was your experience like visiting Israel? How many times have you been to Israel?
I've been to Israel 3 times total. And the first time I went, it was back in 2015. And me and our other brother, we went there for about 2 weeks, and we just went through Jerusalem, through a few other holy places, holy cities, and it was really unique. We had a tour guide that would show us around the whole city, and it was a very unique experience.
Was it something like you already expected that's how it's gonna go, or it was like totally like you were in awe?
Well, it was a very unique experience, as I said already, but I was in awe in certain situations because, for example, when we went to Eilat, it's the very south of Israel, where we went to the Dead Sea. And that experience was very unique for me because I've never went into a body of water that causes you to float automatically. And that was a unique experience because the water there was really warm, and the water is a little bit oily. And from some history, some testimonies that I've heard, is that people who are sick that go there, they get healed because the water has minerals, and the salt level is extremely high there. That's what causes the buoyancy in the water, causing you to float. Even if you don't know how to swim, you can just sit on the water and read a newspaper or something.
You might get wet.
Yeah, a little bit, but you're able to just be in the water without any effort.
Now, can I ask like an odd question? How long did it take you to like stop checking? Is this even water?
Well, I did try it on taste. It's extremely salty. But yeah, it's very calm. The water there is really calm, very quiet, and very clear. But the water is a little bit oily. And there's many signs over there that say, caution, do not go underwater, do not rub your eyes after dipping into the water, because you would need immediate medical attention. If the water goes in your ears or your nose, eyes, if you drink it, it's also can cause damage.
Mm-hmm.
But on the physical skin, it's actually it can cause restoration to the skin.
So you're pretty amazed at the mystery.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. As far as I heard, I may be mistaken, but this is where Sodom and Gomorrah was.
Mm-hmm.
And the scripture said that.
I'm sure you guys will correct if
double
anything.
check.
Please do and write it.
Yes, that God said there will not be anything built on this land, and it will be a dead land. And to this day, it still is,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a body of water and there's nothing that lives there.
Now you remember a prophecy about Dead Sea?
No,
No?
not really.
About-
Remind me.
About that there will be fish in there. I don't remember.
Oh
You-
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you can. I don't remember where
I
it
did hear a
says.
testimony.
Yeah.
Someone actually found some fish, but I'm not sure.
And it's kind of a separate
Yeah.
body of, but it's like part of Dead Sea, but it's kind of separate, and there's fish.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did see that on the channel. I might post the link. That channel is awesome. What other highlights? Well, that's one. What other attraction place that like really memorable was for you?
Well, when I went to Jerusalem, walking through the streets of the old city, seeing where Jesus walked, even like the Via Dolorosa, and
Mm-hmm.
understanding that he literally walked these streets and he carried his cross and laid his life down for us. Understanding that, it's like, wow, he went through so much trouble, through so much hatred against him for righteousness' sake. And as I was walking those streets, I did have an experience where some people would look at me. I had a shirt that says Jesus Saves on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And some people would look at me and they would kind of look down upon me and say, "What are you doing here? Get out of here. You don't belong here." And with some intense language.
Who gave you that shirt? You should wear that shirt in Israel. Then you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's okay. Even as Jesus said that the righteous shall be persecuted for righteousness' sake.
Mhm.
And they listen to me, they'll listen to you. They persecuted me, they'll persecute you. It's I would consider it as a promise that Jesus gave us.
Mm-hmm.
And I had that experience of small persecution, but
Mhm.
that's all right. That's part of life. You just forgive and go on.
Yeah. So I know you study scripture, New Testament. Some people call it Old Testament, but I don't know how you refer to New and Old.
Yeah.
However you like, New, Old Testament, Tanakh. So you study a lot, and was there a time when you were there, you maybe when you were reading something, you pictured it was a certain way, and then when you came and it shifted your perception, on some of the things that you saw in perception on Israel, what was happening in Israel. Maybe you remembered a text. No, like something I had it viewed this way, and now I'm here. It's actually like it shifted your imagination.
As of right now, I can't think of anything off the top of my mind. But I do remember going through the places where Peter lived.
Mm-hmm. His house.
His house, yes. It's still to this day. It's.
I
Still
heard some
over
Armenian
there.
lives there.
I don't
Maybe
know.
that's the difference. Anyways,
Yeah.
no.
That was a very unique experience, and seeing how the scripture says about the house, that if a man is called to, like if his neighbor comes and asks him, hey, can you give me some bread, and it's already evening, he says, oh, my kids are already in bed and tucked in.
Mhm.
I can't come and do this
Mhm.
for you. And the scripture says that he will get up and do it. And I was always wondering, like, why? What does that scripture even mean? Until I went and saw the way some of the houses are built
Mhm.
are very unique, and if everyone's asleep and the neighbor comes, he has to crawl over everyone, waking everyone up.
Oh no.
Just to get to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to understand, okay, so it's important that righteousness involves not being lazy, and it's not about comfort or something that is inconvenient to you. That's not righteousness. Righteousness wants to get rid of all these things, and you will do things that are uncomfortable for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Because-
sacrificial
yeah,
heart.
and
It's not about me, not even about my family, but about the neighbor.
the neighbor, serving the neighbor with whatever you do have, give it to him freely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what love looks like. It lays down its life for a brother, a neighbor, being the light and salt. And that was a very unique experience also for me. It shifted my understanding on specifically the structure of the house, and gave me clarity of that specific scripture.
Oh, that's interesting. Now that you're talking about like hospitality, it's part of hospitality. I did hear that in the Middle East, hospitality is something very unique, and it differs quite a lot from Western countries. It's almost like part of it has to be part of your life. Hospitality has to be part of your life.
Yes.
If you're not in it, it's like one of the center. Maybe I don't know. Maybe not the center, but for a family, they had to practice hospitality. If they don't, as if they're not in part of that culture.
Yeah. So as far as hospitality goes, it's very important because when you understand who your neighbor is, you develop a relationship with them, you build some level of trust, and receiving them into your own home, Middle East isn't the safest place.
Mm-hmm.
And expressing this kind of act towards your neighbor shows a lot of respect and trust that this is my safe place and I'm letting you into my safe place.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's also an act of love in and of itself, and it's a very important part of relationship building.
Mm-hmm. How have you experienced hospitality in Israel? Well, first time you went, obviously you didn't know anyone. What was different?
The first time when I went to Israel, I only knew one family, and as they received us, they let us in. They gave us a place to stay, and when we broke bread and had fellowship, that's when the relationship began to go deeper and a lot stronger, because breaking bread and sharing stories from my life, they get to share stories from their
Mm-hmm.
life, and we start to relate on certain topics,
Mm-hmm.
and that bonds us more and more. And I've always appreciated that type of hospitality where there's a freedom to share your story, and seeing that it has potential to have impact on the person that you're with in the household, and seeing how they react to it, how they can share their thoughts on your story, and if it impacts them, then you feel like, wow, that's great. My story can actually be impactful for someone else. And to me, that's inspiring, because there's a lot of struggle in this world, and as people open up their home, that freedom to help them out with any struggles that they're dealing with, it's always a blessing to them and to me.
Now, how many times did you say you went?
Total, I've gone 3 times.
3 times.
Now.
Okay. Now, second time, you know everything already, and you were like, "Oh, it's gonna be same thing." No.
No.
So, what was like? What was the the second time?
So,
like, what was new?
The second time when I was going to Israel was in 2023. Went there in August, and I was there until almost end of October. And
quite a lot of exploration.
Yeah, visited many sites. An unforgettable experience. But little did I know that I would be there during the time of war. Because
how was that?
October 7th was quite an experience too. It was a shocking experience.
Where were you at when you found out that war broke out?
When the war broke out, I was currently in a little town called Bat Yam.
Bat Yam, okay.
It's about in the middle of Israel, closer to the Mediterranean Sea. And when I first heard it, it was a shocker, because
how far is it from Gaza? So people
from Gaza, it's about 2.5 hours
Drive,
around
yeah.
there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and hearing that there was a terror attack down south.
Mhm.
I think there was 1,300, close to that number. There were that many people that got killed instantly
Mhm.
upon the arrival of the terrorism, and rockets started to fly. They were flying in with paramotors. It's like a parachute with a little motor on the back.
Right.
And there were many cities that were going through a very deep struggle.
Mhm.
That, for example, Ashkelon had to start evacuating
Mhm.
some of the women and children,
Mhm.
and when the rockets started to fly, of course, there was the siren that sounded, and everyone, whenever a siren happens, there's a 30-second window that everyone has time to get to the bomb shelter.
Mhm. The place you stayed had bombs.
Yeah. Almost every house in Israel that are more modern
Mhm.
have a bomb shelter.
Mhm. I see. And so I imagine you sat in the bomb shelter for almost like a day, no?
Well, at first they said stay in your houses, don't go anywhere, lock your doors.
Mhm. And you were staying with the local family?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
staying with a local
So
family.
they knew what to do and you followed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually, when they gave me a place to stay, they they gave me a room in the bomb shelter. I had no idea that
Oh, you
I
had no
actually
idea
lived
that-
in the bomb shelter
No way.
until
Wow.
later.
Safest place. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Yeah.
Nicest people.
Thought ahead of time.
Okay. Yeah. So, did you see people's faces outside of the house you were staying that day when you got out, or you didn't see anybody on the streets?
So when it first happened, most people took it as a shocker, and most people stayed inside. And then a few days out, people started to go out into the streets a little bit more.
When it was cleared.
Yeah. And people still need to work and travel, and
Right.
life goes on even though there's war.
Yeah.
So the only time people hide is when there's an extreme terror attack. Then people hide, and of course with the siren, that's a big indicator that there's a rocket flying directly into your city.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, what about why I was asking about like seeing people's faces. The reaction, what were they going through? The first face you saw, the first soul you saw, like what were their emotions like? What were their thoughts like? Knowing the information they just got.
Yeah. So.
Local, that family maybe
The locals, specifically the family that I was staying with, they were extremely calm. Some other people that were out on the streets, neighbors,
how are they?
They were a little bit more in a panic mode, a little bit fearful.
Were you able to talk to them?
The first few days, no.
They didn't want to talk, or
they we didn't have a chance to talk because we only saw each other from a distance. That's it.
Okay.
Because there was an order from the authorities to remain in your homes in a safe place because there's an invasion happening currently, and the IDF is trying to clear it out. And
so what I want to ask is, when you found out that there was an invasion, of course you guys talked it over and with the family that you were that was hosting you. When you saw, well, have you talked to anybody else besides the family that was hosting you about the event, or you didn't get a chance? Like within a short period of time, like in a day or in 3 days or so.
So
somebody you did not know.
The community that I was in, they were also a little bit more fearful, but majority of people were more in a calm state, and the family that I was staying with, they were actually encouraging and helping the community to remain calm, not to overreact, to remain at peace, and not to make any rash decisions, to go outside or be ignorant about the situation. Be mindful of the situation, be careful, but don't be fearful in a panic mode. Do things that you wouldn't normally do.
That's interesting. And how long did you stay after the war started?
So the war started October 7th, and I was there until October 19th. And it was quite a time. I've heard many people who are out of the country, just tourists.
Tourists or work visa?
Or work visa, that's different. Specifically, people who came to visit and see the country and then leave.
Tourists.
Tourists. And they needed to be evacuated, and the airlines were not flying at that time because it was a war zone. Rockets flying, there's potential risk of the airplanes being shot down. And so they were trying to evacuate the tourists through ships.
By
ships, yes. And it was also interesting. When I flew out, I actually flew out. I didn't go by ship. There was a small window that I was able to fly out by plane. And
was that like a week or 3, 5?
Well, on October 19th, so that's 12 days after it started.
Okay. And it got shut down again.
Yeah, I flew out and they closed it down pretty quick. Because
I guess they
the attacks go in waves. Sometimes the IDF, the Israeli army, they actually know when the attack is about to start.
Okay.
And so they put everything on pause, and let the wave pass, and then they continue on with opening the airport.
Now, uh, how did you see like video footage rolling into on social media that was
Yeah.
by Hamas?
Yeah.
How soon did you see that?
The very next day, I
The
saw.
very next day,
video
the
footage.
horrific.
Yeah.
Did you? How'd you take it? Like, did you have to like stop because you can't watch it anymore, or you just decided to
I was okay watching it. It was
go through pain with them?
Yeah, and of course, definitely very difficult to watch and see
Mm-hmm.
Young soldiers, boys and girls, young men, young women, dying, laying down their life for their country.
Mm-hmm.
And there were many tragic losses, but and there were many that were actually captured, and so
Anybody you knew, or you, or somebody from I don't know, people you know that was killed there?
that I personally know, no,
No.
I don't know. A few family members within the community that I was in,
Mm-hmm.
they shared that their few
Relatives.
people got captured.
Okay.
Yes.
So they were near, like, one of the kibbutz, one of the
Yes, yes.
communities there.
And
Okay.
that's very difficult to see even the loved ones of the victim who was captured.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing them struggle through worry, through fear, through pain, whether the person was kidnapped or whether they were killed later on or tortured. Just seeing them struggle was really difficult.
Mm-hmm. So you were there visiting, and this like horrific attack. You were caught off guard. No, you didn't expect, or you were ready for. Not we can't really say we're ready, but
Can't
were
be ready
you
for war?
were you? Did you know that it can happen?
I knew that there's potential in
Mhm.
it happening. I didn't know it was going to happen there and on such magnitude.
No way, yeah.
Though it was interesting to me because I had no fear in dying or anything like that, because even as Apostle Paul writes that to live is Christ, but to die is gain.
So you lay your life with right there with family hosting you, if needed.
If needed, if that time comes,
They're
let
gonna
it be
need
so.
you.
And so it's it's quite a commitment, and of course there was a whole training ground that the Lord was taking me through to prepare me for coming to Israel, the Middle East. It's a danger zone, definitely.
So like preparing
mental
your mindset.
preparation, emotional, psychological.
That's the best way to do when you're like, before you visit, you gotta know like where you're going.
Yeah,
definitely. That's good. Did you ever talk about this to an Israeli that you never met before? It's like someone on the street, like in the
About the
city.
war specifically.
About the attack, about the war, like
Yes.
feel their heart. Like
Yes,
what
of
are they
course.
going through?
There's, like I was sharing, there's a lot of panic and difficulty within many Israelis, and
Can you remember
I've talked to specifically Jews. I've talked to Arabs living in Israel also, and
right on this within
yes,
after the war on
yes,
this trip. Okay.
right
What do Arabs? What did they say?
Everyone watches their own news, and so everyone shares from their own understanding of what they've seen and their own perspective, and there's contradiction even within Arabs and Jews living in Israel, but it's on a much more peaceful level
than media puts it out. Okay.
Yes.
That is interesting. Yeah, take a note of that. Okay, so ask some people who've been there and like have a contact.
Yeah, in some cities, they start rioting also, a little bit more dangerous, and they are at risk of losing their citizenship. Those who try to connect with either Taliban or Gaza, Hamas, trying to attack. Yeah, they're willing to risk that.
So, and after that trip, you're saying you went again?
Yes, I did.
Now I wanted to ask about fear, because you didn't encounter war with your eyes right there, but those images did roll out, and you saw that on the third day, you said, and realizing that's it's happening 2 hours away. It was happening 2 hours away 3 days ago, right?
Yes.
So realizing that now, and you're for some reason your curiosity grows and grows about Israel. We'll talk about that later. But can you talk about like fear? Where did it go? You've been there and you knew there was war going on, and you were coming again. Was there like fear, or maybe if not fear, like were there any like thoughts, like what am I gonna do differently? Like how am I gonna carry myself forward?
Well, I was curious about the fear also for a time, but as I was again, God prepared me specifically for this ahead of time. God knew that there's going to be war, and He prepared me ahead of time. Very similar to King David. When he was young, he would shepherd his flock, and there would be a lion that came to take a sheep, and he would kill it with his bare hands, and then a bear would come, he would kill it with his bare hands. And so God was teaching him to be faithful and trust Him in the little things.
Brave, yeah.
And be brave and courageous, protecting the flock, and going forward, standing firm on solid ground where God's leading David.
Mhm.
And because he has that history with God of trusting him
Mhm.
in the little things, he was able to step out